Broly has been an all-time fan favorite character in Dragon Ball ever since his first adaptation way back in 1993. He's a big muscle-bound freak that's known for screaming and yelling every chance that he gets, even when he's a big goopy monster. We don't talk about Bio Broly. Broly is such an iconic character that it's actually believed that the word brolic, meaning muscular or buff, is said to have originated from his name. You can actually go look that up. And to celebrate this iconic shrieking beast, we created a list of every outfit and form Broly has ever appeared as, and ranked them from S tier being the absolute best to F tier being the absolute worst. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Dragon Ball content, and let's get into it. Alright, starting off with an absolute stinker. We have Dragon Ball Z Bio Broly incomplete in tank. Honestly, this is just him naked inside of a tank floating there, but because it's Bio Broly associated, I have to knock it down points. It would be B tier, right? If it were just naked Broly, I have to bump it down to C tier. It's not quite F tier. It's not him in his goop form. We'll get to that one. You know what I mean? We will get to that one. Dragon Ball Super Kid Saiyan armor. Honestly, the Kid Saiyan armor is kind of all right. Like, it's okay. Like, every Saiyan has this type of armor or some variation of it. Everybody's got armor like this. I'm pretty sure this is also what Goku's wearing in the movie 2 when he gets sent to Earth. A dime a dozen. It's not really anything crazy. I'd put it at B tier. It's still cool to see, though. I can't lie. Dragon Ball Z Broly base form. I love base form Broly's design. I do think it's a little weird that, like, starting out, he's just already shirtless. I think it would have been cool if Broly had, like, a shirt on to begin with and then, like, had it ripped off as he transformed in Z, but I also still love this design. I can't put it anywhere lower than S tier because it is a really good design. I love the way he looks in base form. Dragon Ball Super Kid Saiyan armor with the Ba pelt. The lore behind this is very sad, but him wearing it as a kid, it's this big draping thing, which makes sense because he keeps it when he's an adult, but him wearing it as a kid, as far as like pure looks go, I would say it's probably like a B tier still, just because the pelt is really big on him when he's a little kid. He grows into it well when he gets to an adult, but we'll get to that. The Dragon Ball Super Broly Saiyan armor. Okay, so now we have both versions of Broly on the table, okay? We have the Z version and the Super version, and I feel like right off the bat, this early on, we gotta have the debate. We gotta discuss the debate at least. Which one do you guys prefer? Z Broly or Super Broly? I see people debate this all the time, and for me, I'm not someone that's like, ooh, I hardcore prefer one or the other. Me, I'm like, two cakes, more for me, you know what I mean? Like, I love both versions, you know? So I don't really have a hardcore pick on either side. I also love the two different interpretations that both different voice actors have. You have Z Broly and some of the 2019 version of Broly, where it's Vic, who is the voice actor for Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist, if you're familiar with that series, and he's the person that does the Z Broly. That's where you get, like, the iconic, like, Kakarot! You get that from him, and then you have Johnny Young Bosch, who is also the same voice actor for Lelouch from Code Geass, and both Fullmetal Alchemist and Code Geass are two series that I love dearly. And seeing them both interpret Broly in their own way, it's just like, it's fantastic. I love seeing the different versions that they do. And I think that they're both equally good. I know that that's another thing that people are always heated about as far as like voice acting goes, but me, again, it's two cakes for me, dog. I'm eating both of them up. I'm gonna be real with you. I love the version of Broly that has green armor because I think it just works really well. He's got green aura, he's got the Ba pelt, and I like the purple pants a lot. I think that this look is a fantastic upgrade from what we saw in Z. Don't get me wrong, I still love the Z look, but I think this is really, really good. But I would actually put this in A tier despite saying that, because there's a version of Broly in Super that I think is way better, which is the Dragon Ball Super Broly compression shirt. Out of this entire list that we have made, I will be so honest with you, this is the best iteration of Broly. 100%. The compression shirt, you guys know me. If you've seen the other tier lists on this channel, you know I'm a big ol' slut, dude, for a black outfit on a Dragon Ball character. I am the straightest man in the world, okay? But damn, when a character wears black in Dragon Ball, Dude, it's pure cinema, dude. I gotta be so real with you. This one is the best outfit on this entire tier list. I hope they continue showing Broly in this fit, because him being shirtless, we've seen that in Z, you know what I mean? But him in the compression shirt, all black, it's so good. It's like Saiyaman, when Saiyaman takes off his green gi, and he's got the compression shirt underneath, that Gohan look, it's so good. And speaking of Gohan, I think I should mention also, Broly is my second favorite character in Dragon Ball. Gohan will always be number one. Broly, in Super at least, is my second favorite by a big range, but he's still number two, you know what I mean? Dragon Ball Super Broly Baby. It's just him in a little incubation pod, or whatever they call that. I don't know what you call it. It's like a C tier. It's just him as a baby. Dragon Ball Z Broly Baby. Okay, we gotta talk about one of the elephants in the room. There's a couple when it comes to Broly. We've already got one of them out of the way. This is the second one. Broly in Z, his motivations for doing everything that he does, so dumb. Oh, I'm next to this idiot who keeps crying. Oh, my life sucks. I'm like 2 minutes old. Oh. Anytime that Broly hears Kakarot's name, he starts freaking out and goes berserk. That's literally the plot. It's because Goku was crying next to him when they were children on planet Vegeta. It is the dumbest plot in existence. Broly is a fantastic character in Z. He's really cool. He's overpowered, but you have to admit, his motivations are absolute cheeks, dog. And this is one of the reasons why I love Dragon Ball Super Broly, is because he actually has real motivations for doing the things that he does. He has more of a personality. He's not just some berserk freak that's like going and ripping things to shred for no reason. Like, you see his motivation as the movie goes on, and they do a really good job of humanizing him, and I can't wait to see what more they do with him. But that being said, the Dragon Ball Z Broly Baby has to go into C tier, and the only reason that it's not going into F, you know what's going in there. Usually with our tier list, we don't include transformations, but because Broly has so few outfits, we decided to include transformations on just this one. So, Dragon Ball Super Broly Wrathful. This form is like his ascended form. It's beyond base, and I think Paragus describes it in the movie as Broly tapping into the Uzaru's power without actually transforming into the Great Ape, which makes sense. I think that's a cool little concept. I just wish that they explored that more, rather than like just being like, okay, Super Saiyan and then Legendary Super Saiyan or Full Power or whatever. I think the concept of him tapping into Uzaru and kind of going primal, it kind of leads into that path of like, ooh, what if, like, you know, are we kind of going towards Super Saiyan 4 type beat? Like, is that kind of where we're going? I wish they went that route instead, rather than just going like full power Super Saiyan. And who knows, maybe they still will. But Wrathful as a form, I think I would put it above his regular Saiyan armor in A tier. It's definitely high A tier. Dragon Ball Super Broly shirtless with shock collar. He's got a shock collar on. The only difference between this and him not having a shock collar on is, you guessed it, the lack of a shock collar. So this one with the shock collar on, it's not anything crazy. And I'll be real with you, I feel like him being shirtless is done better in Dragon Ball Z than it is Dragon Ball Super. So I feel like Broly being just shirtless, it's not really that interesting because we saw it a lot in Dragon Ball Z. And so I feel like I have to put both of these in like B tier if I had to. Dragon Ball Z Bio Broly half goop. Straight F tier, dog. Anything related to Bio Broly goes in F tier. We don't even talk about Bio Broly, except today because we're talking about Broly, so we kind of have to. Dragon Ball Heroes Super Saiyan 4. Okay, I know I said I kind of wanted them to go the primal route with Broly, but I think Super Saiyan 4 just looks really goofy on him. I want them to do something Uzaru related without it being this version of Super Saiyan 4. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like this version of Super Saiyan 4 is great for Goku, and honestly, I hate it on Vegeta. I hate it on Gohan. I hate it on anybody else they give it to. I don't really love it on Broly either. I think him being already a hulking mass is good enough, and I think the hair, especially it being red, is a little weird. If they went like yellow or something, then maybe I could get behind that, but I think the red on Broly doesn't quite work, for me at least. But I don't like totally hate it, so I put it in B tier. Dragon Ball Z Broly Super Saiyan Suppressed. I love this look. I used to play this version of Broly back in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I love the way that his hair is spiked up. I love that it's blue because he's suppressed. I think the concept of him having a suppressed version of Super Saiyan is really interesting. I would throw this one confidently into A tier. They don't ever really explain the blue hair, but it's cool either way, you know? OG Super Saiyan Blue. Dragon Ball Z Broly regular Super Saiyan. I also love this look as well, especially because it looks very similar to Trunks. I don't love it as much as him with the blue hair, but I think I could confidently still put it into A tier. Just a little bit lower though. Dragon Ball Heroes Uzaru Legendary Super Saiyan 3. What is that? I don't like that. I didn't think I was gonna put anything else into F tier, but that's kind of cursed. And you know what sucks is that, like, as we've been going down this tier list, I'm like, yeah, have Broly go down the primal route, and then like Super Saiyan 4 comes up, which is kind of the primal route, and I'm like, eh, and then like I'm like, oh, it would work if it's yellow, and then the yellow version does come up, and I'm still like, I'm maybe discovering that my opinion is wrong, and maybe we don't want to go down the primal route. Okay, this is F tier. That is ugly as hell. I also hate Golden Uzaru in GT as well. It just looks really, really weird. I know Golden Uzaru is a thing, and it's supposed to be a canon thing, like way back in like ancient times for the Saiyans. It doesn't mean it looks good though, you know? Dragon Ball Super Broly, Super Saiyan. I love the Super Saiyan look. It's a pretty easy one to get along with. It's really sick when he transforms for the first time because he has like this aura around him and like the colors change. It's one of the better Super Saiyan transformations for the very first time. I think it's one of the best. But we're not judging the transformation, we're judging how it looks. And it still looks pretty decent. I still like it a lot. Definitely A tier. Now, we have both Full Power and the legendary Super Saiyan. Both of these, I'm gonna go together with these. I have a controversial take about this one. I love Dragon Ball Super Broly more than I love Dragon Ball Z Broly. However, when it comes to their final forms in both of their respective movies, I gotta actually give it to Z Broly. Z Broly was a menace, dude. He was making Vegeta sit down and cry because he was like, I don't know if I can ever fight again. There were some crazy scenes in the Dragon Ball Z Broly movie, and it's just like unprecedented, unparalleled to what we saw with the Dragon Ball Super Broly. And I honestly think the design for Z Broly is better at max power than the one in the movie. I do love both of these for sure, but I would confidently put Z Broly into S and Super Broly's Full Power Super Saiyan into high A. It would definitely deserve high A. I don't think it deserves S. I don't think they're on the same level, if I'm being honest with you, design-wise and execution-wise, because Z Broly was just, he was wrecking house. Like, if you can confidently tell me that Super Broly was raw enough to get his own card of him hitting back shots on Gohan called Demonic Playtime, and only then can we say that they were on the same level. But until then, I don't think we can say confidently they're on the same level. Okay, it's time to talk about Bio Broly. What were they thinking, man? Like, what were they thinking with this design, man? Like, I remember when I was a kid, okay? I remember going to a Blockbuster with my mom, and I saw Bio Broly sitting on the shelf, and I was like, I haven't seen this Dragon Ball Z movie. And I went home and got really excited. I was like, I can't wait to see Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, all of my favorite characters fighting Broly again. That's not what happens in the movie. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. The design is just so ass. He has no actual personality in this movie. That being said, you know where this is going to go. I've been hyping it up this entire time. It's F tier. And then beyond that, we have, ooh, Giant Bio Broly. This one I actually have great opinions on. This one goes up into S tier. Please, Toei, don't ever do this again. Dragon Ball 4D God Broly. So I actually didn't know this one. This was added by Jonah, who's the person that puts these tier lists together. Shout out to them. I don't even really know what this is. I don't even really know what Dragon Ball 4D is at all. But based on design, I would say this is actually kind of a cool look. I like that the hair like slinks down. That's more of like a Super Saiyan 4 type look, but it's not Super Saiyan 4, which I like. I would actually put this into A tier. I think it's a cool version of his Berserk form, but not quite as iconic as his actual Berserk form. Dragon Ball Heroes Dark Broly Super Saiyan 4. I usually say that I like the darker looks or like the black characters in Dragon Ball, but with this one, he looks straight up like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, dude. Like, tell me that, like, if you put this guy into a Yu-Gi-Oh card frame with the title Dark Broly and, like, whatever else you would put in the description, that this would straight up not be a viable Yu-Gi-Oh card. Like, I would not bat an eye at that if I showed up to a tournament and some guy played this against me. I'd be like, oh, okay, Dark Broly, whatever. You know what I mean? But this is just, it just doesn't look like a Dragon Ball design. In my opinion, it just looks kind of messy. It's okay, but I'm gonna be real with you. I think this is honestly a C tier look. That might be a hot take, but I think it's a C tier. Dragon Ball Heroes Legendary Super Saiyan 3. This is also in Raging Blast, I'm pretty sure, and I never played those games. I know that they had like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and like Super Saiyan 3 Broly, and they were just like fun little additions to that game, but I never personally played them myself. This look also is just kinda I think it's just Super Saiyan 3 hair on like Berserk Broly, and that's okay, but it's kinda for me, and I'd put it in B tier, I think. It's not like my favorite look, but I don't hate it, so definitely a B tier. And with that, we have ranked every single Broly outfit that has ever appeared in either Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Heroes. There aren't a whole lot of them, but I'm hoping that changes whenever Super comes back in animation, or when it comes back in the manga. Who knows? He might get a different look. He might pick up like the Goku gi, he might pick up some Saiyan armor again, but I'm hoping they don't. I'm hoping that they keep that compression shirt on him, this little black one that he's got on right here. And in the superhero movie, they do keep him with that look, so I think it probably will be the look that he has moving forward. So that being said, let me know how you would have ranked these. All of our tier lists are in our Discord if you ever want to see these or use them yourselves. Just drop us a little credit if you ever do. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.